really excited for this craft that I'm going to do using a hula hoop from the Dollar Tree, some yarn that I already had, but you can definitely get from the Dollar Tree. And then also I have some leftover foam from something I did with the kids, so I'm going to use that as well. And I'll be using a cardboard box just from something that came in the mail. You'll see here I cut about a 1-inch wide strip of that foam board that I had left over from the other craft. And it's a little bit wider than the hula hoop right now, which is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead, not attach it yet, but I'm going to just start attaching string to that foam board. So you can see here I went ahead and just glued some yarn in the middle and then some yarn on the outside. And I made sure it was a bit longer than I needed it to be because I'm obviously going to trim everything at the end, and sometimes I get a little trim happy. But I wanted to align it with the hula hoop before really moving anywhere. It's nighttime, I'm tired, and I kind of want to mindlessly just go watch TV while I glue the rest of the yarn on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and fill this in, and I will circle back. So I've made a lot of progress on this, as you can see. Last night I went upstairs and I attached all of the yarn that I said I was going to do. And it was nighttime and it was getting dark and I didn't feel like doing any videos, so I kind of just still went ahead and started working on the piece anyway. And I'll tell you exactly what I did. So I hot glued that strip across, and I did do yarn on the front and the back of that strip of foam I had showed you. And then I used a Sharpie to draw onto a cardboard box that top half of the hula hoop here, and I did it on both sides. And you'll also see, if I get a little closer, I did like a side strip that kind of goes around the entire piece. So what I'm going to do now is, before I start painting and working on the top, I'm going to just take this gesso that I pulled out and do a good coat, really just across the cardboard, to kind of have a nice surface to work with when I try and do the faux wood. The jellyfish has not had the bottoms cut yet, as you can see. So obviously once I hang the pieces, when I typically go ahead and trim anything with yarn on the bottom, because that'll give me a better idea of what it looks like on the wall. But so far so good, and I'm excited. So I'm going to go ahead and get this gesso on and then start experimenting with paint to go ahead and try and make that wood look on the cardboard. So instead of painting, I decided to take a leap of faith and try to use a wood stain, and I am obsessed. It was this in Kona. I got it off of Amazon, and I just took an old rag and really kind of worked it into the cardboard. I wanted to create a little bit of dimension here, so I used this Divine color. I think Divine Buck is maybe the name of the color, I'm not sure, but I got it from Target like 100 years ago. I also used this crusty burnt sienna that came in an art kit from like 20 years ago, no joke. Here's the piece so far, mid haircut. I kind of did the left side, and now I'm gonna work on the right side. I put a tab from just a can of Diet Coke on the back for hanging, but I'm really excited to get this upstairs on the wall. It's probably gonna take me like 30 minutes to cut all of the bottom, just because I always obsess over it, but my recommendation is don't go too short. Take your time, you can't add length, and make sure you use a pair of really sharp scissors, hair cutting scissors, fabric scissors, something sharp so that you can get the look that you're going for.